Hey guys, it's Goosebumps Completionist, and today I'm bringing you another Goosebumps talk type of video. And today we're going to be discussing five, only five. I know there's more, but I'm only going to be discussing five relatively obscure Goosebumps alumni movies that you should watch if you are a die-hard fan of the original Goosebumps TV show from the 1990s. Now, the title of this, what I just said, the actual title of this video is probably not going to be that long. I'm going to have to summarize it, figure out how to display that. But you get the gist we're going to be discussing here. Now, before we go any further, I know I'm going to be omitting movies with Goosebumps alumni out of this list. A couple movies that are well known are rated R movies. I will not be discussing what the rated R movies are in the video. Now, in the comment section, if you want to leave what you know in the comment section about these rated R movies or other well-known movies or maybe even some more obscure movies, feel free. I have been doing some research myself and I wanted to pick five Canadian exclusive straight to VHS/DVD and TV movies. Like relatively obscure ones that are family friendly. For all ages, this is what this video is made for. But if you feel the need to share other movies that you know in the comment section, go ahead. But I'm not going to be discussing them in the video. I'm not even going to hint at what these movies are. And I'm not even going to condone if some kid stumbles across this video or some teenager or maybe some, parent stumbles across this video, right? If you see the comment section, you've been warned. Okay? So, we're going to be discussing five movies I picked, right? Two movies I actually don't have physical copies of. One of them doesn't even have one legally, and the other one I think is a Canadian exclusive, and I just haven't tried to buy it, so I'm just going to overlay an image for it. But I picked five movies that I think are bonkers and wild, kind of fit that, campy 90s family entertainment, kids entertainment vibe. So if you're at home with the Goosebumps show, you can slide into these movies and be fine. And I try to pick movies. I think only one doesn't have more than three. But it's still a wild movie. And I think you should go try to find a copy of it or try to find how to watch it online or something. But I try to pick movies with a bunch of Goosebumps alum in it. So it makes it worth your time. Or just incredibly off the walls looking. So, for the first movie, we're going to be overlaying an image because I don't have it, so right here. And the first movie is, I think, Saltwater Moose. I've only watched 25 or 30 minutes of this movie, and I can tell you now, for it being a cheesy Canadian exclusive 90s movie that I'm pretty sure went straight to VHS, might have been released in some small theaters. This is a fun little thing to dive into. This has Catherine Isabelle, who you might know from He Came From Beneath the Sink. This has Dan Wary-Smith, who plays Seth Gold and Skipper Matthews and the Click and Attack of the Mutant episodes. It has the guy who played Otto in The Headless Ghost. It has Aunt Catherine from the Monster Blood episode. There's plenty of Goosebumps alum in this movie. This movie is incredibly ridiculous. Look at the cover art in this thing, man. This is ridiculous, but like I said, I think you'll feel at home. This probably could be an Echo Bridge DVD or something. This feels like a textbook Echo Bridge movie. I don't know, but yeah, this is on the list. If you are a diehard Goosebumps TV show fan from the 90s and you might want to see what these other actors did during that time, this is a perfect thing to kind of dive into and see what they were doing. Alright, so the next movie. I kind of showed this off a little bit in the in my collection update. I kind of showed what this thing is. I have the VHS version because the VHS cover art is priceless. So, we have The Legend of Gator This movie, it has, here's the Goosebumps alum. It has John White, who played Michael Webster in Cuckoo Clock of Doom, and Steve Boswell in The Haunted Mask 2. It has Dan Wary Smith, like I said, who played Seth Gold and Skipper Matthews and Click in Attack of the Mutant. And it has Charlotte Sullivan, who played Courtney in You Can't Scare Me. Not to mention that, other actors I've seen in this movie is Spidey from Say Cheese and Die, like the first episode. And the same guy also played Mr. Blankenship in that episode called Teacher's Pet. And I think there's a couple of other people, I can't think off the top of my head, but there's a lot of them in this movie. And this movie is, if you can tell by the cover art, this movie is incredibly cheesy. This was an actual Echo Bridge DVD release, and I'm shocked for how much this movie goes for online. I think there's like a mini cult following for this movie. Like, look at the back art of this VHS. I mean, I just had to get this because this thing looks ridiculous, and I've actually seen this movie. I don't know if I'm going to review these on the channel. I might review a couple of them that are actually kids horror. The first two here aren't really kids horror, or can be kind of linked to it. I guess this one is more kids horror friendly than Saltwater Moose, but yeah, this one is a fun little movie, kind of heartwarming. You see John White, so it's always good to see Steve Boswell, Courtney, and Seth Gold on the screen together, and that's awesome. So yeah, Legend of Gator Face. The third movie, I haven't even opened this. I have no idea what this movie is like, but I want to share it. I've seen trailers of it, and this thing looks bonkers. I think this is one of those infamous. This is a full moon feature, and it's numbered number 171. So I'm guessing this is the 171st full moon features movie. And this thing, it used to be called something else, but it's been retitled Medieval Park. I found this thing at a Dollar General. Now, this movie, it's about 5 lucky kids that want to stay at a high-tech medieval theme park set in an ancient castle. But when the castle is catapulted back in time during an electrical storm, the kids find themselves battling real knights, evil sorcerers, and fire-breathing dragons. And this movie has Katarina Scorsone, she's actually a pretty popular actor. She's been on some TV shows, but you might know her best from Trilogy, The Girl Who Turned Into a Pig, and good old Benjamin Blenner, guy who played Jonathan in the Haunted House game, and he also did a character in Welcome to Camp Nightmare. But this bag looks wild. I mean, look at this guy with the green eyes. That looks wild. I thought this guy was like Bam Margera for a minute when I saw this. I'm like, is this guy Bam Margera? Absolutely wild looking. But yeah, Medieval Park. You can't see with the sticker, but I haven't opened it because I don't know what I'm going to unleash into the world if I open this. So, yeah, third movie. But I have seen the trailer. Looks bonkers. The second movie I want to recommend, I have seen this. I don't know if I intentionally bought this screener copy, but I got a screener VHS copy of this movie. This is a Vidmark release. And this goes all the way back to the days of like old school Disney straight to TV movies. This has links to that. This stars Burt Reynolds. And the alum in this movie includes Margaret from Stay Out of the Basement, Ryan Gosling, who played Greg in Say Cheese and Die. It also has the stepbrother kid who starred as I forget the character's name, but the kid from How to Kill a Monster's in this. And it's called Frankenstein and Me. Yeah, kind of an emotional movie, but it's definitely kids horror related. It's a pretty wild premise. It's kind of sad. It has some funny jokes in it, surprisingly. It hasn't aged well based on like the quality of the film on the VCR alone, but also there are some things going on with this movie that I think some people today might be a little more brazen to call out. But yeah, I still think if you're a Goosebumps fan, the original show, you need to try this out. It has plenty of Goosebumps alum in it. But number one. Now this one might be the most well-known, kind of. Depends if you have Disney Plus. Depends if you grew up in the early 2000s. I think this movie was released in 2000, most likely filmed in 1999. And the final movie I'm going to be recommending here is Phantom of the Megaplex, the Disney Channel original movie. It's a Halloween movie from 2000. And off the bat, you're going to see so many Goosebumps alum. You have the shopkeeper from The Haunted Mask. You have the girl from Phantom of the Auditorium, who happens to be in Phantom of the Megaplex. You might recognize her also. She was in Mean Girls as well. You have the kid with glasses from The Perfect School. You have Daniel DeSantos, who played Gabe in Return of the Mummy. And I believe there's one or two more other Goosebumps alum in this movie as well. There's a ton of them in this movie. This movie's wild. It feels like Phantom of the Auditorium. It uses the setting. It's a fun movie. I think Michael, Goosebumps fan, has reviewed the movie on his channel. And I haven't reviewed it on my channel. It's definitely a movie I will review on the channel at some point, because it's definitely kids horror related. And I have a lot of nostalgia for the movie. But yeah, as far as family friendly movies go, this one's probably the most accessible one. That's why I put it last. It's on Disney Plus. Go check it out. And as far as these other movies are concerned, if you want to check these out as well, you can. So, yeah. So this is the movies that I brought up. If you are fans of the original Goosebumps TV show and you want to see movies from from the 90s to early 2000s that these Goosebumps alum were a part of, that have multiple Goosebumps alum in one movie or another, that you can have fun with and enjoy, and not just pick a movie because it has one. No, these at least have two. I try to pick three or more, but only one has two that I know of. But I think these movies look wild and fun, kind of campy, in the same realm of Goosebumps. And if you're in that campy spirit, you can, if you want to pick these up for your collection and just put them on just to watch. The only one I know that you cannot get on DVD or possibly even online is Frankenstein and Me, and I think you're gonna have to buy that on VHS. But everything else you can find on streaming or buy physical copies like DVDs of, if you really wanted to. So there's that. So yeah, let me know down in the comment section. Do you want to try any of these movies out? Which movies of these have you seen? Like I said, if you want to leave additional movies that I did not include in the video, go ahead, be my guest, have at it, and I'll see you next time.